All right, moving to the next book today, we're looking at Semesilam by Jose Sabogal. This book is a re-release and I would say a definitive version of the artwork that Mr. Sabogal has compiled over the years. A lot of you may realize or recognize some of his artwork from some other publications, and a lot of the prints that Anathema Publishing has put out over the years is from the same artist. And this book combines his previous works, a handbook of sacred anatomy, and a second nature. He uses a lot of different mediums for his art. Obviously, he uses, ink in the terms of prints, but he also is very well studied in human anatomy and various cultures, and he puts that information together into this book. Anathema Publishing put out IAO. It was a green hardcover, and you can look at the channel for a review on that one. And that was the most recent. So aside from that, it's kind of a trilogy at this point. It is kind of hard to find the hardcover of IAO, but they are out there. So this book was originally, or these two books, I should say, were originally published by Jan Sophia Press, and in my opinion, this is, again, the definitive version of how to really experience this impressive collection of artwork. Again, after the forward, you get some information from the author slash artist and what he's been up to since these works originally came out. And again, it's more of a visual, artistic grimoire. I think a lot of his, his art is just absolutely breathtaking, and all the occult messages and meanings that are mixed throughout it are astounding. It's kind of hard to do a video review of a book that is just images, but I wanted to at least kind of show what all is in here. And then you get the second book, the two natures, the power of images, and there's a whole section on symbols, the sun, the cup, the dragon. And I really appreciate the author going into some detail about this too. Some people, they'll put out a visual or graphic grimoire of sorts, and it's just pictures and images, which is fine. But to see how the author views the work that he's doing, and not being afraid to use human remains in this art is very respectable. And hopefully this video doesn't get flagged for showing human bones, but whatever. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, it's just so much beautiful art. When they did this one on Kickstarter, which if I remember correctly, it was the first time they tried Kickstarter. I think they reached their stretch goals, so you actually got a slipcase so you could put this book and the most recent release into one case together, which I thought was a really good thing. And I like to see publishers thinking of previous releases and the best way to display their work in your collection and on your shelves. So much respect to Anathema as usual for doing something like that. But again, if you're a fan of obscure, macabre, occult artwork with some little bits of information sprinkled on top for added measure, I think this is, again, a wonderful book, something that, you know, aside from the content, I mean, this is just beautiful Anathema publishing workmanship as usual. Just the gold foil stamp on the front and the back, and then the corners here that are, if I can get the camera to focus, maybe not, there we go. I have like a little bit of embossing here on each of the corners. Just a beautiful book. If it's something that you might not really feel like reading at the moment, but you want to have some kind of mental stimulation, I think this is certainly a book that fits that role.